actually a bit of a dirty fighter as well. Like, let's just get that out there.
This is Jonathan Agarfith, Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Matty Harris, heavyweight contender. Matty, how's things been? How's life?
Good, mate. All good. Just training with Peter. So just been bouncing around the place. Um, going from gym to gym. So
Yeah.
yeah, staying focused. Getting ready for the next one.
Talk to me about the last fight. You happy with your performance? I mean, back to getting those stoppage wins, I guess.
Um, suppose, but yeah, it was good to get a stoppage back on the books. Especially against a guy that doesn't really get stopped. He
Mm.
was we bought him in because he was supposed to give me some rounds. Supposed to be tough. He'd what been to a split with Hellenius, and he boxed some other good decent names. But again, just caught him well, got him out early. As I said, I'd have liked it to have been. I should have taken my time a little bit more, but again, it's my second fight back after the loss, I suppose. So just good to get another stoppage.
What's the biggest difference, like training with Peter compared to anyone you've trained with before?
Intensity, I suppose. He's very intense. Training's very intense. Um, but again, it's good because it's all got a direction to it. It's all done with a purpose.
Mm.
Um, as I said, it's anyone who's ever spoken, who's done any interviews about Peter's training camps, you'll know it's a hard place to be. But it's what I needed. Very disciplined. I like it. So as I said, it's working. So keep it rolling and on to the next one.
I was gonna say, is that like kind of, what you needed, someone with the discipline, he's got the experience as well, like he's, trained loads of experienced guys. Like, is that kind of what you needed?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Again, it's probably I don't know. I've been with my old coach for a long time, so again, sometimes you can just become complacent and things like that. Again, mainly my fault. So that's the thing with Peter; is always keeps you on your toes. Um, so yeah, as I said, I'm really enjoying the training with Peter. I feel like it's turning me into such a better fighter. There's so many more levels to come yet, and I'm looking forward to being able to get back out there and show everyone what we're about.
Now, obviously, we know about, the slight setback, but obviously you've come back strong. Is it, something you want to sort of put right, face that guy again at some point and just, kind of silence those
Yeah.
people?
See, and that's the thing because I don't really care what people say about me. It's a fickle business. It's that kind of game, isn't it? Like everyone hates you 1 minute, next minute you're the superhero. I don't really care. People are gonna have their opinions. People who are gonna talk rubbish are gonna talk rubbish, and that's fine. The people that stick by me, the people that, as I said, who are positive and the rest of it, as I says, they're the ones that. Of course, you have to listen to both sides, but I've me personally proving people wrong. Something for myself. I know I can beat that guy. Um, anyone with an eye in their head could have seen that I didn't lose it because I wasn't good enough or because he was better than me. I'm still the only person to drop him. I lost it because I wasn't fit. So even with a set of eyes in the head, and I would never make that same mistake twice.
Mm. I remember seeing it. Go on.
For me, that's why I want to do it. But
Yeah.
it is for me. Uh,
Mm.
me personally, I wanted to go straight back into it, but my team and whatnot, I leave them to it. They know what they're doing. So that is definitely one I need to get back.
Mm. I remember seeing an interview, I think Chris from Wasserman put out with Anthony Joshua at the time, and he kind of said, like, look, if Matty, wants to sit down, have some advice, and just have a chat and stuff, he'd be up for doing that. And it seemed like very genuine from Joshua. Like I know you know him, but like, what was that like seeing that? And did you ever have a chat with him? Like,
Spoken to a couple of his guys, but to be honest, after that, one person that like I said, I'm not really sure. I probably mentioned it in an interview before, but Derek Chisora took me under his wing. um, he looked after me. I was training with him every weekend. Was going out for food after, and again, he really took his time. And I said that's one person that I'm very grateful for.
mm,
He's been amazing. But yeah, no, I never did meet up with him, but it was nice to hear that I knew what I needed to do within myself. Like when it comes to stuff like that, I'm kind of, I can be a little bit stubborn, but I knew in my own head what I needed to do.
mm,
Um, Anyone could have seen it. As I said, it wasn't like I'd been flattened or anything like that. I just wasn't fit.
mm.
So I'll get back in there and set the record straight. I can't have that walking around over my head for the rest of my career because no matter who I beat, unless I get that back, I'll have always lost to that guy. To me, anyway. As I said, boxing people move on and whatnot, but I need that.
Mm. Talk to us about. I mean, I don't know if you can say when you're out next, but rough sort of time where when you're thinking you're gonna get out.
In October time, October time. That's when I've been told anyway. So obviously I can't say the exact date because it's not my place to say it. But yeah, we're looking for a show in October. And I said I just want activity. That's what I need. I need activity. I need to be busy. So we're just waiting on shows and seeing what comes from there.
There's so many British like upcoming guys, and you're there or thereabouts as well. I was looking at rankings. I saw Jamie TKV's near you. Obviously Johnny Fisher's, had some good wins recently. Like, are these guys you want to share the ring with him before the end of the year, maybe, or early next year? When are you thinking?
Really boring answer here and say that that's up to my team.
You'll find them now tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I won't hesitate to fight anyone. It's that's up to my team. If they decide that that's when they want to make it happen, then let's make it happen. As I said, I'm happy to fight anyone. That's what we're in the business of. And to be honest, especially now I've got that little smudge on my record, I've really got nothing to lose. So I'm not protecting anything. I'm happy to go after everyone. So I said it'll be one of them things when Peter decides that I'm ready. I've got that much confidence in my trainer, and it's nice to have that. Where if he tells me that I could go in there and beat this guy, I'm going in there and I'm beating him. Like doesn't matter who it is.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, as much as I know you mentioned Jamie's name, but he's another one I got to give a shout out to. I actually got respect for Jamie. Like he's a solid guy. Yeah, after I think after I lost, the guy that he was boxing, the commentary team kept mentioning it. He told him to, kind of leave it alone, kind of thing. So he didn't have to do that. I said. So I actually got respect from my man for that. But yeah, at the end of the day, business, business. Anyone, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? We're
Well,
fighters. That's
yeah.
how we should all be.
Yeah, I'm sure that job is up to, like you say, Peter and Calla and everyone, but I think there's some big names that you can get in with, like all these British guys. There's some big fights to be made, right?
There's a lot of British. There's a lot of guys that are around the same kind of level at the minute.
Mm,
And as I said, it's only a matter of time before we will fight each other anyway. There's a lot of guys on the English British scene, a lot of heavyweights, a lot of good, exciting fights to be made. So, as I said, it's just a matter of time before we all get in there with each other. I'd love a little round robin kind of tournament. You know, like how the Sailors used to do them
Super
Super
series,
Sixes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Throw it in one of them. But yeah, as I said, as and when, nothing comes before its time. So
Who would
we'll
be
see.
in the Super Six with you? Would you say?
Super Six.
Yeah,
I don't know who are the names around British
maybe like
level.
you, Atalma, maybe TKV, Fish. That would be crazy.
Yeah, I said, listen, you got to put some pressure on the Silence to get that going, man. But that's it. Like I said, something like that. That would be exciting.
Now, I remember my colleague Danny spoke to you before the Joshua and Ngannou fight, and you got the prediction spot on. You said Joshua would win pretty comfortably, and that's what happened. How do you think the Joshua Dubois fight's going to play out? And have you sparred Dubois? Because I know you sparred Joshua. You haven't sparred him?
I have. I've
Oh, yeah.
sparred them both. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, genuinely a little bit. I think Joshua might have a little bit too much experience for Dubois. Just have a bit too much experience, and Dubois isn't gonna walk Joshua down the way he walked Hrgovic down. I know Hrgovic could punch, but his shots, a lot of them were fast, and he looked a little bit like off balance. He was cracking him going backwards, and be a little bit more measured because he knows he can't get hit that clean against Joshua. But if he's more measured, that kind of plays into Joshua's hands. Um, I don't think it will. I think it will be over the final third of the fight. I don't think it goes 12. I think it's over within 8 rounds. Um, he's got an impressive gas tank. What heavyweights do you know that throw over 50 punches around
Mm.
consistently? When he boxed Miller, what was it? He consistently threw over 50 punches over 10 rounds. It's a lot of punches from a big man. I'm gonna just call it and say I think Joshua knocks him out.
Joshua knocked him out.
Uh, I don't think Dubois has got a good enough defense. The guy to have bad defense against. He's pretty straightforward. Yeah, all right. I've decided, made up my mind now. I'm talking to you. I think Joshua knocks him spark out in 8 rounds, within the 8.
Just on like I've spoken to quite a few people who've like sparred both or either of them, and a lot of people have been talking about Dubois' jab, and they're like that is like a right hand. Like,
Good jab.
is that how you
He's got a
describe?
good jab. Yeah. No. He's got a very good jab. Um, Again, Dubois is a big, strong man, and that's it. If he can overwhelm AJ, his work rate might be a bit too much for him. And this is it. I didn't want to sit on the fence. But I wanted to just come out with opinion. But if Joshua can't make this man respect him, he will overwhelm him. He's a big. He throws a lot of shots, and he's coming at you. He's putting you on the back foot.
Mm.
Unless Joshua can shoot and tie him up and keep it long, there's a good chance he could overwhelm him.
Most sorry, go on. Yeah, most people said Joshua's got more power. Would you agree?
Yeah, Dubois is actually a bit of a dirty fighter as well. Like, let's just get that out there. I know the way everyone's talking about the way he beat Hrgovic and all that. Hrgovic got both of them cuts on his eyes from straight headbutts. There's no getting around that. I don't know how people was trying to make out like Hrgovic quitting that fight or anything like that. Yes, he was slowing down, but he didn't jack it in. The referee stopped it because Dubois was cutting him up with his head. That's the fact.
Mm.
Get how either the commentary or no one picked up on that. Like, well, that didn't make much sense. But yeah, I'm not really. That's it. I know AJ won't like that if he's coming in head first, sticking a nut on him. That again, that throws another little spanner in the works, doesn't it?
Mm. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
how's he going to deal with that?
That happened to him against Takam as well, right? When he got headbutted.
True, but as I said, they are in the nose, and that wasn't a consistent thing. Takam wasn't consistently doing it.
Mm.
Dubois, every time he comes forward throwing his shots, he was falling in with his head and bashing Hergovic up with his dome. So again, how is Joshua gonna deal with that? How's he gonna negate that? It's not pretty, but again, it's at the end of the day, it's a fight. It's a professional fight, and you do what you got to do to win.
Mm.
And if you're allowed to get away with it, then why not?
Just final one. I remember I once interviewed you and I asked whether you'd be the sparring partner for Usyk for the Fury fight, given sort of your dimensions. You're pretty tall, southpaw. What do you think of the rematch? And have you ever been asked to maybe spar Usyk?
Usyk. Last July, I was supposed to go, but I lost, and I was supposed to fly out the week after. So, as you can probably imagine, didn't go.
Mm.
So I just had to sort myself out. But yeah, would I spar him? Yeah, 100%. He's one of the best southpaws of all time. I don't know heavyweight, so it would be an honor to share the ring with someone like that. How do I think the fight goes? I think Usyk stops him. I want Fury to win, but there's no getting around the fact Usyk dominated that fight. He dominated it. Well, there's a lot of Tyson Fury fans out there, and you see them online talking about how it was a close fight on the scorecard. Anyone with a set of eyes in their head that watched that fight would have seen that Usyk controlled that fight. That fight went how he wanted it to go. I don't really see a way that Fury could beat him. To be honest, I think Usyk's feet are just too good. He's too well rounded. He can, and that's Usyk going forwards, as you said. Usyk's best performances come when he's boxing on the back foot. He's not normally a come forward, comfortable kind of fighter. So, and he's walked Fury down. It's it's a hard job. It's a very hard job, especially boxing someone if Fury's height, boxing someone who's as agile as Usyk, and he can punch off his movements, and he is just brilliant to watch. He's brilliant to watch. He's had over what nearly 400 amateur fights and 20 professional fights. Like he's just special types of generational one-off kind of fighters. You're not going to see another Usyk for another 10 years
Mm.
or however long it is. Like he's just a special fighter. It's not an impossible job because at the end of the day, Fury's weighs 19 stone. He's an experienced fighter himself, and he's one thing you can't question with Fury is his will to win. But again, he's got that will that's just he's just one of them guys. He just looks unbreakable. Unbreakable. You can hit him with a baseball bat, and that's another thing that's underestimated on Usyk is his chin. He's taken some shots, and you remember that first fight he had with AJ.
Yep.
His eye was cut up straight down the middle. He had a cut on it, and he still went out there and he still had that will, that raw desire to win. It's gonna take some stopping. Like anyone could be knocked out. It takes 4 pounds of pressure in the right spot of the jaw to knock someone out. But and keeping him down. I'm not sure that's it's a tough ask.
Mm.
After watching the first fight as well, it's a tough ask.
Okay. Well, Matty, appreciate your time. Appreciate the breakdowns. I feel like people should take note because you did get the Joshua Ngannou fight pretty much spot on. So, yeah, tell everyone where to follow you, Matty.
Follow me on Instagram, real Matty Harris. I'm pretty sure I've got some other socials, but I'm rubbish with them. So just Instagram, real Matty Harris. Be fighting. Hopefully, I think I'm back live on Channel 5 in the next fight. So
Brilliant.
make sure you all tune in. And pleasure talking to you. Sorry if I waffled on a little bit.
All good. Appreciate it. We'll catch up when you got some fight news.